Hello, welcome back to Collegiate Sports. I'm Ben Anderson. Just had some technical issues here, and we are just trying to get that ironed out here. It's a YouTube problem, you know. It couldn't be our fault, Jacob.
Oh, never,
It's never our fault. Anyways, we got about 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Still 10-6. The Jackrabbits lead it by 4. Not much else has happened. Few fouls. UNI tries to put up a shot right there. That doesn't go through, but they get the rebound again. So 2 rebounds for UNI, and they are now working inside. It's going to be a foul.
Tried to get the ball to Goebel. Good position in the low post to get a potential bucket, but the foul negates that.
All right. Yeah, I'm hearing now that we are live now.
There we go.
So we got it all figured out. We
figured
worked it out. Here's a wide open 3 coming in, sent by Maya McDermott. That rims off. No good. Jackrabbits now with the possession. Paige Meyer to Veloston. Paige Meyer's on the middle of the arc. She passes to her right. That's Vasika. Vasika to Mathewitz. There's Paige Meyer. Paige Meyer moves left, then right, inside. Outside to Veloston. Here's Mathewitz again on the right side. Shot clock's at 8, 7. Puts it up for 2. That's no good. Rimmed off, and here comes a whistle. I think Mathewitz is going to pick up a foul. She does.
Yeah, some smooth dribbling trying to get to the basket, but didn't get anything. Got back to the arc and then tried to drive again, and offensive foul.
2 minutes left in the first quarter. 10-6 is still the score. Jack's ahead. Here is UNI. Elise Jaeger. And this one passed over to Ellie Foster. Foster over there and inside once again to Elise Jaeger. Jaeger puts one up for 2. It rims out. No good. Been a drought for both teams here. Mathewitz. That's back out to Paige Meyer. Minute 30 remains in the first quarter. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Meyer moving to her left and out to Vasika. Vasika drives towards the basket, passes to Tyson. Tyson can't put up the first. Rebounds it, can't get the second. Gets a hand on it, and this time it goes towards Maya McDermott. She's headed towards the basket quickly. Paige Meyer's there. They put up a shot. It hits the glass, no good. Still 10-6 with 1 minute left to go in the first quarter. Katie Vasika moving inside, takes a spin and gets trapped. Caught up there in a whistle.
Yeah, Vasika, she's a freshman, but she's also a player that you'll see, despite her first year at the collegiate level, a very clean, smooth style of play when she drives to the basket. She's got some physicality to her too, and she's also got a 3-ball, so she's a multifaceted player that you got to look out for.
So it's going to be Elise Jaeger who picks up a foul here for the Panthers, and Paige Meyer will inbound. Meyer over to Mesa Bion, who's going to shoot a mid-range. That's no good, and a whistle. As Meyer ends up on the court.
Yeah, I think they called a loose ball foul there, so it's going to stay on this side of the court.
Yeah, foul on UNI there, and Meyer's going to inbound it again. Vasika Mathewitz outside the 3-point arc. Bounces inside to Brooklyn Meyer. Out back to Mathewitz, who's outside the 3-point line. Bounce pass into Meyer once again. Up for 2. Brooklyn Meyer ends the scoring drought for both teams. 45 seconds remain in the first quarter, 12-6. The Jacks up by 6. 3-point shot comes in and rims off for UNI. Vasika in trouble on the rebound, but she gains control. Headed the other way. Passing to Paige Meyer, moves left. Here's Mathewitz with a 3. That's an air ball all the way across UNI on the rebound. Taryn Wharton has it now for the Panthers on the Jackrabbit logo. There is 17 seconds left in the quarter. They could run it all the way down if they wanted. And this pass almost broken up, gets it to Kaylee Corbin. She puts up a shot that doesn't go in. 2 seconds, Paige Meyer lets it loose, and that's short. First quarter comes to a close, and it's a little bit of a low-scoring game so far. 12-6, Jackrabbits ahead by 6. We'll take a break, be right back at the beginning of the second quarter. You're listening to Collegiate Sports.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trek and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Welcome back in here to First Bank and Trust Arena. UNI moving ahead now in the second quarter. 9:39 remains, and there's going to be a whistle, a foul called on the Panthers, and the Jackrabbits are going to take over here. Mesa Byam will inbound to Paige Meyer. Meyer moving to her right, passes to Mesa Byam, back to Paige Meyer. In the corner, it's Mathewitz on the far side. And here it is back to Byam. Inside, Brooklyn Meyer. This is Mathewitz. Paige Meyer puts up a three, and that's through.
Great ball movement. They drew a lot of attention to the paint.
Here comes an answer three that rims off. Rebounded by Mesa Byam. Brooklyn Meyer keeps it in bounds, gets it to Haley Timmer. Paige Meyer outside the three-point arc. Moves to her right. Passes outside to Mesa Byam. It's back to Paige Meyer. Inside, Brooklyn Meyer. Puts up a layup for two. 17-6. Jacks ahead by 11. Taryn Wharton for UNI passes this one to Katie Ryerson. This one back outside to Shataya Wetterling. Wetterling passes to Ryerson. Ryerson moves to her right. 5 seconds on that shot clock. This is inside to Wetterling, and Wetterling can't put the shot up. And it's Haley Timmer going the other way. Here is Paige Meyer moving in, tries for a layup. This goes over the basket and down. Rebounded by UNI, headed the other way. It is Kaiba Lube. This is Kaylee Corbin. Passed to Kaya Labe. And this one goes in for 2. 17-8, Jacks ahead by 9. Paige Meyer over to Haley Timmer on the left side. Inside to Mesa Biom, there's Brooklyn Meyer turning around, tries for 2, and that's no good. Rebounded by UNI, headed the other way. Shataya Wettering headed towards the basket. Mesa Biom's on the defense, spins around, puts up a shot, that's rims off. That's no good.
Wettering was able to get to the hip. Sorry.
Mouthowitz for 3, that's through.
But Wettering was able to get to the hip, and usually that's Dunzo, but Biom was able to recover and stay in front of her man, and that was just great defense.
Mathowitz able to capitalize, drains a 3-pointer. It's 20-8. Jackrabbits are leading by 12, and UNI uses a timeout. Let's take a look at some early point leaders here for the Jackrabbits. Mathowitz 1 for 3 on the field goals and 1 for 2 on 3-pointers here. Timmer has a 3-pointer as well. Paige Meyer has a 3-pointer. Mesa Biom tried for 1 and missed that one as well. So Mathowitz, she has 3 points. Timmer has 4. Paige Meyer has 5 points. And Brooklyn Meyer has 6. She leads SDSU so far in points. Timmer is leading the team in rebounds. She has 4 of those. Mathowitz leading the team in assists with 2.
You'd still like to see the field goal percentage go up a bit. 7 of 22, so 31.8%. 3 of 9 from 3, 33%. That's, you want to work on that, but that's somewhat excusable. But UNI, they're shooting an abysmal 4 of 22, 6 3-point attempts, and none of them have gone through. And the down 12 points, you're going to have to, 3 points is more than 2. It's just math. You're going to have to land some threes if you want to get back in this game. And 1 trip to the line as well. That was on a extra point, 3-point play. That didn't land. South Dakota's been to the line twice so far, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. So you would like to see some of the shooting numbers go up a bit, but they're starting to pick it up a bit, and the rule of average, it'll all even out in the end.
Score update in FCS playoff football. Quarterfinals there. It's the 4th quarter in Vermilion, and the Yotes are beating UC Davis 28-14 right now. In Fargo, Mercer's losing that one slowly but surely. It's still the 3rd quarter, 11 minutes left in that quarter. It's 24-7, and the Bison are leading. Earlier today, the Jackrabbits beat Incarnate Word 55-14. And yesterday, Montana State defeated the Idaho Vandals 52-19. The Army-Navy game, Navy midshipmen are beating Army 21-10. With 1 minute, 20 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Inbounding now for UNI, it's Maya McDermott. This one passed inbounds to Kaiba Lab. Labe passes this one to Taryn Wharton. Wharton to Elise Yager. Yager back inside. This one goes to Kaiba Lab, and Labe able to put it up for 2. It's 20-10. Jackrabbits lead by 10 through this one. A pass intended for Emily Fox is taken away by UNI, and it's able to be capitalized upon as this one goes in for 2. Riley Goebel sends that one. Emily Fox passes to Haley Timmer on the right side. Timmer back to Fox. Fox shooting for 3. This one's short. Mesa Biom on the rebound, puts it up for 2. 22-12, Jacks leading by 10. Still, Maya McDermott passing to her teammate. This gets inside to Elise Jagger. Jagger loses control of the ball. Timmer's there.
I think Tyson was able to get a hand on that ball, which is why it got out of her hands. But you always got to remember, when you have active hands, you got to remember, don't foul. Don't foul. You can go for the ball. Don't foul.
Fox has it now. She's moving inside towards the basket, finds open space, puts it up for two, and a whistle negates that.
Number 12, Callie Tyson, her first, second team foul.
Tyson picks up an offensive foul, negates that basket by Fox. Maya McDermott for the Panthers. Pass to her teammate inside. It's back to McDermott, taking a spin. Timmer's there, and there's going to be a charge called on Maya McDermott.
Yeah, tried to create some separation with the shoulder, but you can't do that. You can't do that. Defender was stationary.
Vasika inbounds to Fox. Emily Fox back to Vasika. Vasika on the right side. Fox at center of the arch. And this pass taken away by UNI goes out of bounds. Jackrabbits will inbound it.
Entering the game for the Panthers, number 23, Bree Robinson.
They've had some trouble at the half-court line. Couple turnovers. They gotta start cleaning that up.
Timmer's on the left side outside the three-point line. There's 12 seconds on the shot clock, and it's down to 8. Biome looks to her right. Vasika for three, and that air ball's off. Timmer keeps it in bounds, but 1 second on the shot clock means this will be a shot clock violation? Question mark. No, they're going to say it goes out of bounds there, and they will inbound it. UNI will inbound it on the Jackrabbits' last touch.
Some real trouble for both teams shooting beyond the arc. Both teams combined 3 of 17. So this is going to be this might be more of a physical paint style game. SDSU's got the height advantage, so keep that in mind.
Goebel passes inside to her teammate, Elise Jagger. She's able to capitalize, put up a layup for 2. It's 22-14. Jacks lead it by 8, and it's Paige Meyer. Meyer bounce pass, Vasika on the right side. Back to Meyer at center. And that's Timmer on the left side. Timmer gets swallowed up by 2 defenders. She's able to get the ball out. That's Vasika for 3. That rims off and rebounded inside by Elise Jagger and the Panthers. Headed the other way, Bree Robinson. This back to Jagger. Jagger back to Robinson. Robinson moving to the right side. In trouble. Gets it back to her teammate, Riley Goebel. She's heading towards the basket, tries for the layup, and takes a couple favorable bounces and goes through. 22-16, Jacks up by 6. Paige Meyer passes to her right, finds Vasika. To her left, Timmer. Timmer inside, tries for the mid-range. Doesn't go in. Whistle as the ball goes out of bounds. UNI will inbound.
Yeah, you never want to see, it's not that you never want to see, but just fadeaway jumpers, fadeaway mid-range jumpers. That's a low percentage shot. You don't want to be taking that often unless there's not a lot of time left on the shot clock.
3-point shot inbound. That one rims off, sent by Kaiba Labe. Paige Meyer's going to pick up her second foul. 3 minutes 32 left to go in the half.
Substitution for the Jackrabbits, number 4, Emily Fox. Follows at number 5, Ellie Colbeck, her first.
Inbounding for UNI. Finding Kaiba Labe. Labe passing to Jagger. Jagger headed towards the basket. Vasika's on the defense, makes a spin and puts it up for 2. 22-18, the Jacks only up by 4 now. UNI on a run. 6-0 run in the last minute 30. Jackrabbits haven't scored in the last 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
2.5 minute scoring drought.
Colbeck, Vasika, and there's Fox. Back to Colbeck outside the arc, and that pass is stolen away by Shataya Wettering. Wettering passing to her teammate, Taryn Wharton. Bree Robinson now. Robinson, bounce pass inside to Jagger. Jagger spins and through, called on the travel. That basket will be negated. Jackrabbits are going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Be right back here on Collegian Sports after this.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into First Bank and Trust Arena. The Jackrabbits, after the timeout, head towards the basket. Now they lose control of the ball. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Vasika. That's what the refs say. The fans don't agree. But that's how it will go. And inbounding for the Panthers, it's Elise Jagger.
Tried to get the ball to Brooklyn Meyer with her height a bit too high. Ball got bounced over to her direction. She was just trying to save it from getting inbounds and so happened to be the last person to touch it.
2:20 remains in the half, and UNI looking to close the gap. The Jacks only lead by 4. It's 22-18. Spin move now. Here is Shataya Wettering headed towards the basket. Paige Myers on the defense. She passes outside to her teammate. There is Katie Ryerson. Ryerson back outside. A three-point shot as the clock expires, sent by Shataya Wettering. And that one rims off no good. Colbeck's on the left corner, and Volostin in center. Volostin gets it back. Colbeck shooting for 3 from the corner, rims out. 22-18. Jacks leading by 4, still on that drought. Minute 30 remains in the half. A 2-point jump shot taken by Wharton goes through. Paige Meyer headed the other way. The Jacks still haven't scored in the last 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Colbeck outside the three-point arc. Meyer inside to Volostin. Volostin makes a spin, puts up a shot, rims out. And again, the scoring drought continues for the Jackrabbits. A minute and 10 seconds. UNI headed the other way. They put up a shot for 2. Keba Labe gets it in, and now we're tied at 22 apiece. The Jacks led this one by 10 earlier and then decided not to score for the past 5 minutes. And it's 50 seconds left in the half. A shot by Brooklyn Meyer is not through, but a whistle on that side.
Yeah, and it's certainly not for a lack of trying. These shots, there's been some open ones, there's been some contested ones. I'd chalk it up just to some unfortunate luck right now.
So Brooklyn Meyer gets fouled. She's going to go to the free throw line. She'll put up 2. If she can make one of these, it ends the SDSU scoring drought of the last 5 minutes and 7 seconds. UNI's gone on a 10-0 run in that time in the last 4 minutes. Meyer's first shot is through. Meyer's second shot is also through. There's 2 more points for the Jacks, 24-22. They lead it by 2. Less than 50 seconds remain here in the first half. Labe passes to Wharton. Wharton headed towards the basket. Puts a shot up. That hits the glass and out. Meyer on the rebound. Gives to Paige Meyer. Paige Meyer on the logo. 30 seconds remain. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Meyer moving to the left. Puts up a 2-point shot. That goes over the basket. UNI headed the other way. They have 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 24-22. Put up a 2-point shot to bring it home for a tie game at halftime. Headed towards the basket. It's up and bounces out. That's the end of the half. Shot sent by Wharton doesn't go through. The Jackrabbits are going to lead it by 2 going into halftime because of Brooklyn Meyer's free throw points. Without that, the Jackrabbits have not scored a field goal in the past 6 minutes. Not how you want an end to half, especially if you're receiving votes as a nationally ranked team. Not what you want to see. UNI 10-0 run until those free throw points. So this will be halftime. We'll have a small halftime report here in the middle. And then after that, my friend Jacob Brendy will be taking it over on play-by-play for quarters 3 and 4. I'll be here for that as well. So make sure you stick around and keep listening to Collegiate Sports.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
They are our cuddlers and coworkers, purr machines and love bugs, and constant companions. They are our pets, our family, and they make life so much better. When we face unexpected challenges in life, so do our pets. That's why we're on a mission to support people who love their pets and the pets who love their people, ensuring these families stay exactly where they belong, together. And you have something to offer. With an open heart and mind, there is nothing you can't do. There's no gesture too small or too big when it comes to helping. Whether donating a bag of kibble, sharing an Instagram post of a lost cat, or welcoming a foster pet into your home, every bit of kindness counts. You can help keep pets and people together. Visit petsandpeopletogether.org to learn how to be a helper in your community. This has been a public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, honey bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
Just a little heads up before something bad happens.
Move your coffee cup away from your computer.
Oh, no.
So you can have more control.
Stop. You're texting your boss by mistake.
Uh-oh. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Warning. The cap is loose on that ketchup.
Ugh. Don't wait. You have the power to change the outcome. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Welcome in here to First Bank and Trust Arena for the Collegiate Sports Halftime Report. Not how the Jackrabbits wanted to end the half, that's for sure. We got about 9 minutes left to go here until the third quarter tips off. Score of the first half, 24-22. The Jackrabbits lead it by 2. That's thanks to Brooklyn Meyer and her 2 free throws. Other than that, the Jackrabbits haven't scored in the last 6 minutes and 1 second. They have missed all of their last 6 field goal attempts and only made 1 of their last 8 field goal attempts.
No, and it's been a lot of this, it's been a lot of that, it's been a lot of contested shots, it's been a lot of bad passes, a lot of mental mistakes, but at the end of the day, you get a shot, you take it. Neither team specifically has been shooting too well from 3. SDSU 3 of 13, a couple open shots that have been missed, a couple contested shots that have been missed. And as I always say, the rule average, it'll average out. Each team, they have an average, 3-point percentage or field goal percentage. Defenses will affect that, but you got to expect that the Jackrabbits, this next quarter, I think they'll bounce back a bit. This was a shooting performance that is unusual in the way that it was unusually poor. 8 of 30 from the field. UNI 11 of 33. Just a lot of what you just call like sloppy basketball. And I'm sure they're in the locker room right now. They know what we know, and I think that they'll come out this next half and they'll look sharper than they currently have been.
Absolutely. So a big difference that the Jackrabbits are really benefiting from is the amount of fouls, the shooting fouls that go in their favor. The Jacks are 5 for 6 on free throws, and UNI missed their only free throw attempt on an and one earlier in this one. So 5 points from free throws, that's big for the Jacks. Otherwise, yeah, shooting percentage needs to get cleaned up. Earlier they were at a 33%, and they've dropped down to a 26.7%. Compare that to UNI, who was down at like 18%, and they've advanced theirs up to 33% there. So big things need to change for the Jackrabbits if they want to pull away here in the second half from UNI. Taking a look at the scores in football. 3 minutes, 21 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter in Vermilion. UC Davis taking on South Dakota, and the Yotes are winning that one 34-21. Over in Fargo, the fourth quarter has just begun, 15 minutes on the clock there, and the Bison are beating Mercer 24-7. Army-Navy, fourth quarter, has 9 minutes, 49 seconds left to go. It's 21-13 there with the Army Black Knights down by 8. So that has been the Collegiate Sports Halftime Report. We got about 5 minutes left until we come back here for third quarter tip-off action. And I'll be here with Jacob Brendy, who will be trying out some play-by-play here in the third quarter, and we'll see how that goes. So make sure you stick around for that. As always, go Big, go Blue, go Jacks, and we'll be back for the second half of this one. Stick around.
Support comes from the South Dakota Agricultural Heritage Museum in Brookings, inspiring a passion for the diverse history, culture, and science of agriculture in South Dakota. To learn more about exhibits and events, you can visit agmuseum.com.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trek and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
Most people out here think that taking care of one another is important. And most people would step up for a neighbor going through a tough time. Most people around here help out friends and family when they need it. But the funny thing is, most of us won't look for help when we need it. Talk to someone if you're struggling with mental health, because most people out here really care. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
Stop. That dog does not want to be petted.
A heads up before something bad happens.
You should not send that text.
Uh-oh. Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes, you can reverse prediabetes and prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. To learn your risk, take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is your captain. We are going to be experiencing some slight turbulence. Please fasten your... Oh, hold on. Just got a video of my cat.
Imagine the pilot of an airplane was as confident as you are texting and driving. Seems kind of crazy when you put it like that.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Babes, what are you doing?
What? I'm just mowing the lawn.
No, it's blazing hot and dry out here. Don't you remember? Smokey Bear says.
Avoid using power equipment when it's windy or dry.
Where'd you learn this?
Oh, it's on
SmokeyBear.com with many other wildfire prevention tips.
Right. Thanks, Honey Bear.
Because remember, only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
So what's a great way to spread awareness that driving high is illegal everywhere? A catchy song, of course.
You can run, but you can't drive high. You can run, but you can't drive high.
Friendly reminder, don't drive high. If you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
We've got a strange one here in First Bank and Trust Arena. 24-22 Jacks. In a game that you would probably be expecting a bit more offense, it's been more of a defensive slog off. I'm Jacob Brendy with Ben Anderson here next to me, and we're looking at tip-off about to kick off any second now. Jacks have had a tough time shooting the ball today. 8 of 30 from the field. 3 hasn't been much better. Northern Iowa Panthers, they haven't been doing too hot either. 11 of 33, haven't made a single three-point shot yet. Both teams will look to change that as tip-off is about to begin. Tip-off doesn't start. Instead, it's a handoff to Paige Meyer. Finds Brooklyn Meyer, low post. Mathewitz drove to the rim, trying to get something going, but is fouled, shooting 2, hoping to add on to this lead a bit. The Jackrabbits, it's going to be their 3rd time to the line. First attempt misses.
Yeah, and that's pretty big. I mean, with the Jackrabbits pulling a lot of points from these 3 free throws and negating the amount of shooting fouls that they put on the Panthers, missing some of these free throws really going to hurt the score overall.
Nope. McDermott running point. Top of the key, hands off to Goebel. Back to McDermott. Working top of the key. Can't get much separation on Paige Meyer, playing great defense, passes it out to no one in particular. Wettering's able to corral. Trying to drive down low. And her floater's no good and is corralled by Mathewitz. Looking to pick up the pace. Hands it off to Meyer. Paige Meyer. Mid-jumper is no good. McDermott. Wide open. Alabe doesn't take the shot, instead opts to drive down to the middle. Kicks back out to Goebel. Drives down. A lot of contact there. Tried to get the shot off, instead gets the foul. Don't believe it will be a shooting foul. Wettering, 1 of 6 on the day. 2 points.
Shooting 2, number 15, Elise
Jaeger, excuse me. The first shot is no good. Jaeger's 2 of 6 on the day. Second. Good. Timmer to Paige Meyer for the inbound. Back to Timmer. Meyer. Timmer. Meyer playing back and forth, but it eventually gets to Mathewitz, which then gets to Biome. Biome handed it off to Brooklyn Meyer, who tried to get it to Biome, but instead it's out of bounds. UNI ball. McDermott. McDermott's had a rough shooting night so far, but shoot or shoot. Jaeger. McDermott tried to get something to the basket, but nothing happened. And it's a turnover. Turnover. Paige Meyer, turn on the wheels. Mathewitz back to Paige Meyer, and is fouled as she drove to the rim. Goebel on the foul. Already to begin this quarter, we're getting some physicality. Not a lot of made shots, though, from either team so far. On the inbound, Paige Meyer with the ball. Working on McDermott. Shakes her off instead. Gets it to Mathewitz, who gets it to Paige Meyer. Brooklyn Meyer, and is able to get the layup.
It's 27 to 23. The Jackrabbits up by 4. 7:45 left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, a lot of mental mistakes this game, and then Rayerson, who just checked into the game, had one herself. Tried to find someone, but the pass ended up nowhere. Instead, it's Timmer with the ball, who finds Paige Meyer. Shot no good. Wettering with the ball. Back to Ryerson, top of the key, moves to the wing, corner. That's Labe. Labe tried to get the shot off, no good, but there's a foul. Brooklyn Meyer, when points are at a premium, you don't want to give them any chance to get any stripe or otherwise. Labe at the stripe. First shot is good. 27-24 Jacks. Second. No good. Tried to get the rebound. It's Jack's ball. Inbound to Paige Meyer. A beautiful pass to Brooklyn Meyer as she was driving to the rim, but nothing comes with it.
Her second, 13th foul. Shooting 2, number 31, Brooklyn Meyer.
Pardon me, a trip to the stripe is what comes along with it. Brooklyn Meyer, whose free throws have come in clutch this game, looks to extend the lead. First shot does. 28-24 Jacks. Her 11th point of the day. Second. No good. And the offensive Meyer from Biome, but nothing comes with it. McDermott shakes her defender, gets it out to Goebel. He gets out to Labe, still outside the perimeter, haven't been able to get anything down low. Out to Rayerson, who is able to get something down low, drives. McDermott, good. McDermott, who's had a tough shooting night, is able to shorten the lead. Wettering, out, no good, no good. Mathewitz with a three-point shot, nothing happens. The team foul on UNI will keep the ball on their side of the court. Out to Wettering. Oh, couldn't get the layup. And a whistle. A technical foul. Here.
Yeah, the fans in here definitely getting riled up, and yeah, coaching staff over there on the entire bench going to get a technical foul here in this one.
Yeah, that's no good, man. As the first technical is good. Like I said, you don't want to give any points up. Technical fouls, you got to keep your composure, especially in a game that's this close.
Yeah, Mesa Biome at the line, able to sink both of those free throws awarded. It's now 30-26. The Jacks leading by 4 with 6:15 left to go in the third quarter here. And it will be Paige Meyer with the basketball.
Yeah, a lot of McDermott and Paige Meyer are two shorter players, so they're going to hide each other defensively on each other. Brooklyn Meyer, who is a tough person to hide, 6'2", tallest person on the Jackrabbit squad, leading the team in points. Tried to get something in the no charge zone, but no dice. My apologies, she did get something. She got another trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, foul called on UNI, and Brooklyn Meyer headed back for a couple for free.
.75% free throw shooter. The first. Good. This will be her 8th free throw of the game. No good. Ooh. Vlastuin almost got the offensive rebound, but McDermott got instead, drives to the rim, and gets a smooth layup, showing off some speed there.
Yeah, 31-28 is now our score. 5:45 left to go in the third quarter.
And the Mathewitz three is good. Extends the lead, 34-28. Boy, do the Jackrabbits need that one.
I love when Mathewitz shoots from the three-point line. She lights it up, honestly, almost every time. You know, really fun player to watch.
Absolutely. This team in general, a lot of fun players. Paige Meyer, trying to be one of them, drives to the rim quick. Hands off to Brooklyn Meyer, who gets the two.
Yeah, Brooklyn Meyer, just a powerful player inside the paint. One of the top scorers for the Jackrabbits.
McDermott on Paige Meyer. Brooklyn Meyer, actually. McDermott, three. No dice.
Yeah, UNI hasn't been very successful inside, or outside the three-point line, I should say, tonight. They're 0 for 10 on three-pointers, 0%.
Yep, absolutely. Like I said, and I'll keep on saying, points this game have been at a premium, and it's simple math. Three's more than two. If you want to, it's only an 8-point game, but you're going to want to start landing some threes if you want to close this lead, but 0 of 10. Ooh. You gotta wonder what the mindset is going to be going on. Are they going to try to shoot more? How confident is their coach in their three-point shooting ability?
Yeah, absolutely. So score here, we got a media timeout. It's going to be 36-28. The Jackrabbits are ahead by 8. The Jacks are also in the bonus. UNI has 5 team fouls this quarter, so the Jacks head in the bonus. Any fouls will bring them to the free throw line, and we have 4 minutes, 51 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. So media timeout. We'll be right back after that. You're listening to Collegiate Sports.
This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by locally owned Brookings PowerQuest. Located in the University Mall at 820 22nd Avenue South, you can find everything your ride needs. From essential auto parts to top-notch accessories and customer service, PowerQuest is a one-stop shop for Brookings. Their phone number is 692-6298. PowerQuest is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7. This portion of KSDJ 90.7's broadcast is brought to you by D.O. Bike and Fitness. Located at 1738 6th Street in Brookings, South Dakota, D.O. is a place for all things bikes. Offering top brands such as Trek and Electra, this close-to-campus store has both bike and e-bike options. Remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy a bike, and that's pretty close. 692-2022 is the number to call for this full-service and sales store. D.O. is a proud sponsor of SDSU Student Radio, KSDJ 90.7.
26-28 is the score. 4:50 on the shot clock, or on the regular clock. My apologies. A game that started off in this third quarter close. Jackrabbits getting the lead. Dermott's at top of the key. He's been an active player. Gets the ball out to Labe. Tried to get the ball to Jaeger. They're going to call a foul on Timmer. Tyson, my bad. My apologies. Yeah, a bit too much physicality trying to get the steal off of the lob pass. I think they're going to call another. Paige Meyer.
Yeah, back-to-back fouls there for the Jackrabbits. Meyer and Tyson picking those up.
Bit too much on the closeout. And another foul. This time on UNI. Corbin.
Yeah, Corbin trying to set up the screen to the right of McDermott, who shot a three-pointer that rimmed out. Picks up a foul.
Ooh. Paige Meyer with a nice move. Nothing comes of it. Hand the ball off to Vazika. Gets the ball back. Has it tipped away by Jaeger. Timmer with the ball. Mid-range jumper is true. Timmer. 3:57 on the clock. The Jackrabbits with a 10-point lead. McDermott on the wing working on Vazika. Drives in on the rim. Shot too much. Vazika using that height. Paige Meyer trying to get the bounce pass to Vazika. Stolen. Jaeger thought about the three, decided to take it, and missed it.
Yeah, UNI definitely not being very mindful with their three-point shots. 0 for 11 now. And the Jackrabbits on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes, 6 seconds. 3 for 3 on the last three.
At this point, you got to think maybe confidence is maybe that's a factor. You're 0 of 11. You know, if you don't think you're going to make the three, there's no way you're going to make it. So you got to keep on having some sort of belief that those threes are going to start landing eventually if you're UNI. Back to the game. Paige Meyer. Out to Vlastering. Out to Meyer. Timmer. Vazika. Vazika drives to the rim in the paint, hands it off to Paige Meyer, who takes a three and buries it! Paige Meyer extending the lead for the Jackrabbits. 41-28, 3:09 left on the clock. There's a stoppage.
Yeah, Paige Meyer is just a special kind of player for this Jackrabbits team. Floor generaling out there, and then also being able to take shots and find open space. 2 for 2 tonight on three-pointers and 3 for 5 on field goals as a whole for Paige Meyer.
Absolutely, and she's 5'6", so you got to have some sort of creativity in your game when there's that much of a height difference with your opponents, and she finds ways to get the ball to people. Right now, Wettering with the ball, drive to the rim. South Dakota foul. Last one.
Yeah, Veloston's going to pick up that foul. Veloston coming off of an injury last season. She was a big loss in that postseason with the Jackrabbit team that had so many injuries last year. Timmer was one of those as well, and Timmer's been an excellent player through the rest of this season as well, scoring 26 points last game against Dakota Wesleyan.
Wettering makes for 2 free throws. 2:56 on the clock. 11-point game. South Dakota on top, 41-30. Last one tried to get to Timmer, but a jump steal. And a Labe three isn't true, but they get the offensive board, UNI. Now Wettering trying to drive to the middle, not much there. Swings back out to Labe. Labe with the ball, and a wide open Rayerson found her way to the middle of the court. And got the layup to fall, and it's going to try for the three-point play right now.
Yeah, and one is not what you want to let up there if you're the Jackrabbits defense. Puts UNI into the bonus as well for the rest of this third quarter. 2 minutes 28 remaining in this, so both teams going to be in the bonus.
Yeah, but when you got a lead, teams can come back because of your mistakes. When teams capitalize on your mistakes, that's how they get back, and got to try to minimize that if you're the Jackrabbits. Right now, Vasika with the ball. Out to Fox. Back to Vasika. Drove back, stepped back. The ball finds its way back to Fox. Driving. Gets it out to Timmer. Timmer with a three. Bit too much. Tyson and Biome were fighting for the rebound with Wettering, but they don't get it. They wanted to try to get a jump ball there. They don't get it, and it's UNI ball.
There is going to be a jump ball, just UNI possession on this one, so they get to inbound it there.
Goebel. Wharton tried to corral the pass. Couldn't. Out of bounds. Jackrabbit ball.
Yeah, Wharton tried to keep that in bounds, just barely. 1 foot touches the blue line, and the ref's right there to see it and whistle.
Fox playing point. Vasika gets it to Labe. Out to Fox, who takes a deep three. Ooh, rims out. Fighting for the rebound. Biome and Goebel, and the refs are going to side with UNI here. Panthers ball. 1:37 left on the clock, 41-33. Goebel trying to get something going. Ryerson back to Goebel. Thought about the three. Decline. Wharton with the mid-range jumper. 41-35, 1:10 left on the game clock. Vasika's pass is stolen on the break. Spun around, and Vasika's turnover proved to be costly, and now UNI, they're getting some momentum. 41-37. Out to the corner. Tried the pass. Biome tried to get past the paint.
Yeah. Yeah, the Panthers are on an 8-0 scoring run here in the last 2 minutes. Jackrabbits haven't scored in the last 2 minutes, 22 seconds.
Like I mentioned, mistakes keep a team in a game. They also keep them out. Vasika makes up for her turnover with Mitty. Dermott back on the court. Got the matchup she wants. Instead, gets it back out to Goebel. Back to Ryerson. Labe three is good. And that is going to give the Jackrabbits a 3-point lead.
Yeah, that's the first three-pointer from UNI that's gone through.
Mathewitz tried to get the floater. Didn't. Almost got the offensive rebound. Biome. Shot clock and game clock go off. And that's the end of the third. Jackrabbits 43, Panthers 40. South Dakota, you know, offense, there's some spots. There's some bright spots, but a lot of this quarter, a lot of the scoring came from free throws. And free throws are mistakes. Free throws are mistakes on your opponent, and you can't always rely on mistakes to win you a game. And SDSU is making some mistakes themselves, and that's what's keeping the Panthers in the game, 43-40. Saw their first three of the game land. They're one of 13. They saw some free throws themselves head their way. 5 of 8 from the stripe. SDSU 10 of 14. Ben, what would you like to see of SDSU in this next quarter?
Yeah, absolutely. So what the Jackrabbits need to start doing is they need to start finding opportunities and then capitalizing on those. UNI's defense has been pretty good throughout these first 3 quarters, holding the Jackrabbits to 43 points and a 33% on field goals. So what needs to happen, increased ball movement, quicker passes inside for the Jackrabbits, finding more opportunities to score. UNI doing a great job on defense and then cut down on those costly fouls that are giving the Panthers opportunity to score, and then no more turnovers. The Jackrabbits are turning over the ball too much here later in this second and third quarter, and that's leading to a lot of Panther points there, bringing it back into it.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you're seeing some double teams thrown SDSU's way, and you gotta have vision. If you're being double teamed, that means someone's open. Find the open man. 5 of 18 from 3, 28%. Not good. Frankly, that's not a good number. But if you're open for a 3, take it. When someone's doubled, someone's open. Find who's open and shoot the 3.
You know, and the Panthers keep shooting for 3s, but they're only 1 for 13.
Maybe that changes, though. Offensive rebound for the Jacks off of Bio, missed 3. Timmer with the layup. McDermott on the wing, stops on a dime, tries to use the screen, but good defense. Switched on to Paige Meyer. Brooklyn Meyer, actually. Timmer. Some good defense there. Foul on Mesa Biome, and as we said, turnovers are something the Jackrabbits are going to have to limit. This is a close game, 2-possession game. They got to play smart, got to play safe. McDermott driving to the rim, gets doubled, stonewalled by Biome, but is able to get the 2. Wettering with some pace, gets the 2 to land. In transition, weaves her way through the defenders and is able to get the layup.
Yeah, huge bucket there by Timmer.
You got to respond. You got to respond. Dermott trying to get something going. Tries a sky hook type of shot, but when your opponents are 7 inches taller than you, that ain't going to happen anywhere. Paige Meyer tried a 3, no good. Wabe. It's Wetterings. Missed 3. Top of the key. Paige Meyer finds the ball. Gets it to Brooklyn Meyer, who's trapped. And travels. Either way, no good. She tries to get the ball back out to Paige Meyer, but McDermott is there waiting for the ball, and even if it weren't for the foul, that ball was going to the UNI.
Yeah, 8 minutes left in the game, 47-42. Jacks only up by 5. Need to get something going.
Yep. Got to Labe. Uses the Wettering screen, nothing there. Newcomer, Taryn Wharton, in for the quarter. Swings it back out to Wettering. Tries to get something, and there's nothing. Vasika gets it out to Paige Meyer, who's driving down, gets it back out to Vasika. Tried to get something down low, nothing there. Gets it back out to Paige Meyer. Paige Meyer back out to Vasika, who takes the 3 and drills it! She can make those. You can't leave her open.
Yeah, Vasika, a huge freshman pickup for the Jackrabbits.
And we got Labe working on Timmer. Tried to get to the hip, nothing there. But an SDSU foul. Keep the ball on this side of the court. McDermott tried to inbound the ball. There's nothing there, and that's a turnover. Vasika working with Paige Meyer to get the ball across the halfway line, half-court line. Paige Meyer trying to find something. Uses the Vasika screen. Nothing comes of it. Vasika drives down low through contact and gets the layup and the and one. Weaves her way through the paint and finds her way to a potential three-point play.
Oh, how the tables turn. UNI on a 0-point drought in the last 2 minutes, 26 seconds. Jackrabbits on a 7-0 run.
Vasika doesn't get the free throw to fall. I think they were listening to us on the bench. They turned it around. McDermott working on Tyson. Gets the ball back to her after a pass to Rayerson. Still working on Tyson. A deep two. Not much there for anyone, and shot's no good. Paige Meyer. Working on Taryn Wharton. Gets the ball to Zika. Another and one! Vasika putting the team on her shoulders. And what was minutes ago a close game, the floodgates have opened. And SDSU has the opportunity to make this a 13-point game.
Katie Vasika absolutely lighting it up here late in the game in the fourth quarter. The freshman out of T, South Dakota, one of the South Dakota natives that joined this team this year, and she's absolutely having a wonderful game.
Wonderful year, wonderful game. She didn't make the last and one. She makes it this time. 13-point game, Jackrabbits. Ryerson trying to get something going, gets the ball out to Yeager. Yeager out in the corner to Wharton. Gets the ball to Ryerson and is able to get the two. 11-point game, 5:40 left on the game clock. Fox to Meyer, to Vasika. Gets the ball out. Open, Fox three is good! You bet.
Talk about freshman additions to this team. Emily Fox, another one of those South Dakota natives that joined the team this year from Mount Vernon. Another huge pickup, huge acquisition for the Jackrabbits.
As I said, rule of average. The first half you might be shooting bad, but numbers average out, and that field goal percentage is now 39%. Earlier it was at 23. Labe drives, kicks it back out to Yeager, gets it to McDermott. Nothing much on the perimeter, tries to get to the hip, nothing there. Paige Meyer stays in front of her man.
Number 21, Paige Meyer.
But her defense is a bit too physical. McDermott gets the foul. McDermott to inbound. Last time she inbound, there's a turnover. This time she gets it to Ryerson. Ryerson back to McDermott. Tries to find something in the paint. Floats it up and nothing. Meyer. Meyer trying to find her way to the three-point line. Gets it to Fox, who gets it. Mathwitz, who gets it to Vasika, who gets it down low to Tyson. No good. McDermott to Jaeger. Gets it back out to McDermott. Smithy is good. She hasn't had the most effective game. 5 of 15, 0 of 4 from beyond the arc, but one thing you got to say about her is she's active. Very active on the court, running all around. Very good endurance to just, she's all over the place and is making passes and plays for her team. And even though her shots aren't falling, she's trying to get shots for her teammates to fall. That time around, she gets one of her own. Her 10th point of the game, tied with Labe for the most points on the Panthers. Panthers, 20 of 55 from the field.
Important scoring update here in the FCS. The Yotes over in Vermilion have defeated UC Davis 35-21. They will move on to the semifinal FCS playoffs in football. 2 minutes remain in the game in Fargo as the Bison are 30, leading Mercer 30-7. So, looks like North Dakota State's going to win that one. That means South Dakota State will be playing in Fargo next week in the Fargo Dome against the Bison. And South Dakota, the Yotes in Vermilion, will be heading to Bozeman to take on Montana State. As 3 Missouri Valley teams will advance to the semifinal, and then Montana State, the only Big Sky Conference team in the #1 seed, will be hosting in Bozeman. So, another important score update. The Navy midshipmen have defeated the Army Black Knights 31-13 today. That one just wrapped up over in Maryland.
Coming up bad for you.
Yeah, you know, that's too bad. Next week on Tuesday, women's basketball here against Dakota State. We'll have that one on Collegiate Sports as well.
Sika gets the ball past the half-court line to Fox, back to Meyer. Paige Meyer running point. Gets the ball out to Tyson, to Vizika. It bounces off of Wharton. Paige Meyer trying to get something going. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Gets the ball up, fouled, and will head to the line. Basket's no good, but she's got an opportunity to extend the lead with a pair of free throws. Paige Meyer, 3 of 6 on the day, 2 of 3 from 3. Leads the team in assists with 4.
This is the Dakota players who donated a dozen eggs defeating South Dakota. For every SDSU free throw made in first man.
Looks like teams are going to take time. 3 minutes and 44 seconds left on the game clock. SDSU up 58-46. If UNI is going to want to get back in this game, they're going to have to start whatever the best plays they have in that playbook are. They're going to have to start pulling them out, because SDSU has really, it started in the 3rd quarter, but the 4th quarter SDSU has just been able to run away with the game. The first half very close. Half, I believe, is a 2-point game. Nothing going too well offensively for either team. And while it's not going well for UNI, SDSU has been able to piece things together. And now they're on the cusp of another win. And while it's a team effort, one player who's had a big impact this game, Katie Pasika, made some big baskets this quarter. 8 points. 8 points this quarter. A pair of and 1 field goal attempts. Made one, missed the other. 3-point. She made a 3. So big impact from Katie Bazika. Like you said, freshmen are stepping up, and she was a huge acquisition for this team that had a lot of returning members from last year, but it's always good to get some younger players to add something to the team, add a spark, and that's exactly what Katie Bazika has done.
Yeah, the Jackrabbits only lost Tori Nelson in the offseason. She graduated, and she was the only loss here from the starting five.
Paige Meyer makes her first. Paige Meyer with the second. Good. And 60-46 is your score with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. McDermott running point as she has all game. Gets the ball out to Wettering. Is working on Brooklyn Meyer. Gets the ball out. Wharton, Labe makes the shot. Ooh, dangerous pass from across the court by Paige Meyer to Brooklyn Meyer. Almost broken up, almost intercepted by Wettering. Paige Meyer. Brooklyn Meyer now. The physical bucket. Man, when she's in that low post, when she's in that charge circle, she's just about unstoppable. Great ability to finish through contact. McDermott tries the shot, no good. Gets it back out to Paige Meyer. 2:43 on the game clock. 62-48. Paige Meyer finds Katie Bazika, who gets the ball out to Timmer. Trapp was able to get the ball out to Mathewitz. Mathewitz to Timmer. To Paige Meyer, 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Paige Meyer tried to drive, lost the ball. Bazika tried to keep it in bounds, but it's no good. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left on the clock. UNI Panthers ball. Let's see if they can scrounge up here. McDermott. McDermott to Wharton. To Goebel. Tried to get the shot off, but was fouled beforehand.
Well, at number 23, Katie Bazika, her first.
Katie Bazika with the foul. Her first of the game. McDermott tried to run down Paige Meyer, gets the foul, and the fans are showing their displeasure. That's her fourth foul of the game. Oh, and it looks like, looking at the board right now, referees may have missed a travel, but right now McDermott at the line makes her first. Second, also good. 62-50. 2 minutes left on the clock. Bazika trying to get past the halfway line, half court. Gets it to Brooklyn Meyer, gets it to Fox. Fox with the ball. Back to Paige Meyer. Has to be careful not to get a half court violation. Gets the ball out to Katie Bazika. And there's a foul.
Number 22,
Wharton.
her first 14 foul.
Wow. The game might be about over. Like I mentioned earlier, fouling has been a problem. Ooh. Paige Meyer, she's also been a problem. Gets a clean layup and extends the lead. 64-50. 1:53 on the game clock. McDermott out to Goebel. Goebel to Jaeger. Tries to get the shot. No good. But she gets the foul. Brooklyn Meyer with the foul.
Her second 15 foul. Shooting 2. Number 15,
Brooklyn Meyer, even without defensively, she's a very tall person, so just her presence in the paint, she's a difficult person to score on, but she's a bit too active that shot block attempt. And Jaeger gets the first to fall. The second free throw, not so good. 64-51. Paige Meyer with the ball. Gets the ball out to Brooklyn Meyer. And what did I say earlier? Great ability to finish through contact and is able to get the bucket to fall. McDermott at the wing. Gets it off to Wabe. Wabe to Wharton. Wharton, low post, gets the ball stolen by Vasika. It's a 2-on-1. Timmer gets the layup. A great defensive play by Vasika. Active hands, gets the turnover. The 2-on-1 with Timmer, gets the bucket to fall. 45 seconds left. 68-51 SDSU. McDermott tries to get something going, and there's a stoppage.
Yeah, Mathewitz and Vasika there able to drive down the court, 2-on-1 out of the man rush towards the basket. Excellent pass, excellent execution, and through for two.
A game in which the first half started off with a lot of mental mistakes, as I would put them. Now they're making, Jackrabbits are making some very smart plays, very crafty plays, if you will. Vasika was in help and just leaned over and was able to snag the ball away. But now we're getting some bench players in for UNI. James collected stray ball, missed shot from Foster. An offensive rebound, but they're able to get something going. Mathewitz with the foul. And that will send Shepley to the line. First, no good. It was actually a made basket. That was her and one attempt. And with 10 seconds on the clock, and the score is 68-53, Paige Meyer will dribble the ball out, and the Jackrabbits will leave stadium with the win. They will leave First Bank and Trust Arena with another win in what has been a terrific campaign for them this season. 68-53 is your final score as the Jackrabbits get the win. What was at first a rough game, defensive slog off. The third quarter saw the dam break open and a burst of scoring from multiple Jackrabbits was able to give them the win.
Yeah, great win here tonight from the Jackrabbits against UNI. This team is very good. Don't get it wrong. The Panthers are a very good program. Coming in here, the Jackrabbits able to pull off a win and prove their worth a little bit more to that AP poll, receiving votes in that and the coaches poll as well. We'll have a post-game report here. Let's just do it right now. And
why not?
Why not? We'll get it over with and all that. So final score is 68-53. The Jackrabbits win it here by 15. Final score over there in Fargo as well, as the Bison defeat Mercer 31-7. So that's official. And the Jackrabbits will be headed to Fargo to take on the Bison next week in FCS football. Next week, coming up here for the Jackrabbits, women's basketball taking on Dakota State on Tuesday. That'll be here on Collegiate Sports. Men's basketball has a game on that Thursday as well. So final score, going over the stats here, field goal percentage for the Panthers, 37%. 22 for 59 on field goals, 7% from the three-point line. They only made one. They only ever made one. 1 for 15 on the three-pointers. From the free throw line, 62%, 8 for 13 there for the Panthers. The Jackrabbits, 43% field goal percentage, 24 for 56 there, 32% from outside the arc, 7 for 22 on three-pointers. And then for free throws, 72% from that line, 13 for 18 off of the fouls. So
yeah, Brooklyn Meyer, she's able to get the free throws, but she's also able to just score. You always want a player to be able to get to the line, but you can't rely on free throws. But Brooklyn Meyer was able to get to the line while also being able to score in the paint, and that's a very valuable ability to have. She had a really good game. Led the team with 18 points, 6 of 9 from the field, 6 of 8 from the charity stripe. Paige Meyer, second on the team in scoring with 12, 4 of 7, 2 of 3 from 3. Made all 2 of her free throws. Very good game in the second half all around. It was a team effort, but as I mentioned earlier, Katie Vasica off the bench provided a much necessary, much needed scoring spark, which I think that was the catalyst for what ended up becoming a blowout win.
Yeah, absolutely. Point leaders for UNI. Mae McDermott with 12 there. For rebounds, 9 rebounds there for UNI. Point leader, it's not telling me who that is. I believe that's a tie there on rebounds. And then for assists, Wharton leads the team there on 3. For team highs at South Dakota State, Brooklyn Meyer leads the team with 18 points. Mesa Biome leads the team on rebounds with 7. And Paige Meyer leads the team in assists with 5. So that's going to be the game. That's going to be it for us here on Collegiate Sports. Final score 68-53 here from First Bank and Trust Arena. Thank you so much for listening to us here on Collegiate Sports and KSDJ 90.7. If you're on there earlier for the football game as well, thank you very much. As always, go big, go blue, go Jacks. I've been Ben Anderson for Jacob Brandy. Have a good night, everybody.